Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday night. It's your boy Capper with Twitterless Steve here for the Tuesday Houston Open 2026 Best Bets show. Steve, I'm sure you are very, very excited for this tournament, just like I am, with this amazing field and odds. It's just gets the juices going.
Well, I like this course.
I like the course.
And I think we're going to get good weather conditions to make it play how it's intended and play better than the last 2 years. I prefer this tournament in the fall. I like that placement there. I thought with the Bermuda, with the time of year, with the caliber of field we would get, I like that placement there. I understand why they wanted to move it into March, and it's a big city. I hope it stays around for the new schedule. But
have you ever been to Houston?
I have. I had a client there, and it's not just huge for population wise, it's huge for sprawled. Yeah,
man. I remember flying into Houston being like, holy fuck, that's a big ass skyline. And then like just driving around there was crazy.
Yep. Yeah. So I went down there to do a couple inventory counts. I was with my client, and I had to drop him off at George W. And then I had to drive all the way across town to Hobby, to my airport. And that was like an hour and a half. I flew. It is a giant sprawled city.
It really is. That's where that private company that I worked for when I went back to Iraq as a firefighter, that's where they process everybody out of. So we did like 2 or 3 weeks in Houston, and I went to, that was right. That's where the crazy bar was. There's a bar in Houston. I'm sure there's a ton of them like it. I never
There's a lot of bars in Houston. But
no, but like this specific bar, it was like line dancing. And then all of a sudden they'd cut to like 90s and 2000s hip hop. And I was like, what planet am I on? And it was the mix of everybody. It was a very strange place. I literally just sat in the corner just watching people just laughing and drinking. I was like, this is the craziest place I've ever been.
Yeah. I thought you were just going to end it at, we're at this, they're doing line dancing at a bar. I'm like, Capra, that's every single.
Yeah, no. Come on.
But then you swerved into hip hop there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was very strange. It's very strange. Yeah. It's good. A lot of good food in Houston. I had a lot of good food.
There is a lot of good barbecue down there. The time of year I had to go down there, though, actually they sent me to Corpus Christi. They sent me an inventory count in a warehouse without air conditioning on Labor Day. And that sucked.
Trying to kill you?
Well, between the inventory not reconciling because they refused to count anything correctly, we actually walked out the job for that, and the weather being awful. And then on the drive back to San Antonio, where we flew out, I got caught for speeding going 82 and a 75, and the Texas sheriff said, "You were going way too fast, sir." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
I was like, I got pulled over when I was first living down in Florida. I was going out to Gainesville for a Gator game. Fuck, I think I was like 18, 19. And there's a speed trap town, like a legitimate speed trap town. Like this billboards as you're going into the town, like, hey, you're going through a speed trap. And there was a truck in front of me. And so I didn't see the light turn from yellow to red. And I went through it, got pulled over, gave him my license. He goes, Massachusetts, huh, boy? I was like,
yeah.
Go ahead and write the ticket. Go ahead. Yeah. Just go ahead and write it.
Yep. We're going to bend you over a barrel, Yankee boy.
Yeah, exactly right.
There you go.
I never paid that ticket.
All right. Well, before I get into it, we've had, some happenings happen with this field. A major seismic shift in the odds after Scotty. It was weird, actually. So he was in the field, but they weren't listening to him on the website. There's all these rumors about him having his second kid. Finally withdrew for that. And look, this is not a DFS show. This is going to create havoc, I think, in the DFS world, because it was okay. Do we play Scotty? Do we not play Scotty? And then you just go from there. Now everything's going to congregate probably to Minwoo Lee is my guess. But
yeah, it's gonna be like just like last time it happened. It's just gonna all congregate to like 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah. Well, before
the chalk's been fucking hitting, so it's super annoying.
That is true. Chalk has been hitting, and I actually have to pull up the tip chart so you can guess after I go through my little spiel. But before we do that, though, we talked about a lot about how this is a bomber's track, and a lot of people this week are going for like driver putting this week because of Lee and Steven Yeager and even like a Jason Kokrak. Back then he was actually starting to putt a little better. That's why he was winning a lot more. Yeah. So I guess where's your head at as far, you only have 2 outrights on your card, which actually is good because we're gonna actually do something probably other shows don't do. I'll talk about who I picked before the odds shifted, but I'm gonna try and put together a card for you with the real-time odds and actually try and break it out that way. Yeah, exactly. With the garbage odds now that you're seeing. So, where's your head as far as what you're looking for generally for this tournament?
I mean, I'm with the groupthink this week. I mean, there's a certain type of profile that hits here, and just what it is, right? Like, yeah, give me the bombers, man. And look, I do hope it plays a little harder. So I was thinking a little bit of around the green, maybe factoring that in a little more. But yeah, man, everything we talked about. I mean, there's no reason to go swim against the tide this time.
Yep. Well, why don't we get right into my little weather spiel, because that's going to get into a little bit of how I'm looking at this tournament. So it's obviously a very weather heavy show. I'm not going to divulge everything about what I know about this week and what I'm thinking. We're going to say that for the Discord, but high level, we're going to talk about mostly what I've already talked about already in there. So I want to first start with the rain that's happened the last couple months. And this is the rainfall in the Houston area going all the way back from January 2025 to now. And red means below average rainfall. Nice. And as you can see, since September, we are at below average rainfall for 7 straight months now.
Nice.
So
lovely.
This seems like a continuation of the drought firm conditions that we saw in Florida last week. Looks like we're getting the same thing, kicking the Texas swing off with that. So, and rain, and, just looking at the forecast now, we'll see if we actually get any significant wind. Doesn't look like there's going to be a ton of wind in this forecast, but with how the lack of rainfall generally in Texas, looks like there's going to be a lot of sun. It's going to be hot as well, especially in the afternoon, looks like. And, we saw in the Florida swing where once the greens, if they kind of got baked out a little bit, you didn't need much wind in order for it to get really dicey and tricky for these guys. And there's no rain in the forecast. So, oh crap. Where's my,
where'd you go?
There it is. I went out of order. So here's the rainfall of the last 3 years in March. And this is important, I think, to kind of break down what happened with each tournament. And why the scoring fell the way it did. So in March 2024, this was the first time we moved the Houston Open and Memorial Park to March. And the tournament started on the 28th right here. And as you can see, in the 10 to 13 days leading up to the tournament, they got about 2 inches of rain the weekend of the 15th, 16th, 17th. Then they got about another 1.7 inches the following weekend. At about 0.2 inches on Monday. They got about 4 inches of rain about 2 weeks coming in. Now, it played over par on Thursday, despite not a whole lot of wind. It was really windy on Friday, and it played like 1.4 over par. But once you cut all the fat from the field, these guys went pretty low over the weekend. I think they were 1 under each day on Saturday and Sunday. So, golf course, even though you got a little bit of wind coming in, it was relatively soft. Same thing last year. It actually, you had pretty dry conditions coming in, but the week of the tournament, you got over 1 inch of rain, including Thursday. That was kind of a monsoon. And then after that, these guys just kind of carved it up on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Soft golf course, not a lot of wind. That's why you saw average score. I think it was like -1.5 or so over the weekend.
Wasn't preferred lines like 2 days?
It probably was, which is not great. But that's how they want to coddle these guys. But coming into this year, March 2026, yes, we got pretty significant amount of rain, the 7th and the 8th and the 11th, but it has not rained since then. And as this showed right here, we just haven't gotten a whole lot of rain in general. There's been a lot of sun, been a lot of heat. And, I would expect turf conditions to be on the firmer side. I think it's going to be firmer than what it was in 2024. Definitely firmer than last year.
Yeah.
And even if we don't have a whole lot of wind, we have seen a very mega firm Memorial Park, granted with different agronomy, back in 2021 that really caused a lot of trouble for these guys. And I'll show you in the stats, like exactly where these guys separated and what you had to do. Okay. But I am expecting a little bit of a tougher tournament. I think it's probably going to be overall, the scoring is going to be about what it was in 2024. The difference was Friday had a big wind. This one won't, but I think net overall, probably maybe a little over par. Average score, definitely harder than last year. And that kind of played into a little bit of how these guys scored last year. So let's kind of recap a little bit of how last year played out and how you separate yourself. So last year, 20 under 1, basically turned into just a giant putting contest. Minwoo Lee, Gary Woodland, Scotty, they all put the lights out. That was the biggest way to separate yourself on the leaderboard. And just tee to green was definitely just de-emphasized because of how soft it was. And it took a lot of the fire out of the around the green conditions and the greens, which I think is the biggest defense in Memorial Park. That's what makes it special from everything else. So you go to 2024, you had a little bit of weather elements, around the green, though, definitely played a little more of a factor because it was tougher scoring conditions. That was how you're able to separate yourself a little more than other places. Still a little bit of a putting contest, but like Steven Yeager had a big week around the green. Scotty, like a lot of guys in his top 10 had to have a lot of success around the green that week. Which is how Memorial Park is supposed to play. And that was what helped them boost them up the leaderboard. And then I want to show you 2021, which was the Bermuda year, the mega firm year, the week before the Masters. And you don't see this often where in tournament around the green play is as important as your iron play.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you just don't see that often. Now, I don't think it's going to be this crazy, because it is overseed. It's going to be a little easier, the around the green conditions. But I would expect probably a tournament where like this is going to be like heavily favored towards how you separate yourself.
Okay, I like it.
So I think when looking at this leaderboard, I know there's been some names that are just bombers and that's all in putter types, and that's all you really care about. But I do think you need to factor the around the green play in this year because it seems like in tougher scoring conditions where it might be a little faster turf conditions, the around the green game definitely in tournament performance matters.
Okay.
So it's hard to put yourself in a world where you have a really bad scrambler just in general is just going to be able to turn it around just at this place.
Yeah.
So that was another qualifier I had to have. I got to see some competent around the green play, preferably at some of these other comp courses with some tighter lies, chipping off the tight lies into some of the, like pretty undulated greens, like places like Augusta or Pinehurst or Renaissance Club, or even like a TBC Scottsdale's got a lot of tight lies there. Scottsdale's interesting as well, because remember how we saw a lot of guys stub and like lay the sod over chip shots. Like a lot. It was more usual. And we thought maybe the Bermuda was coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe we might see that this week because it's been hot.
That'll make me happy.
Yeah. So guys who might be a little more comfortable chipping off a tight Bermuda, if that is coming up. So that's where my head at is for this week.
Well, good. I'm glad you said the around the green thing because that's what I was just trying to think of, something to make it a little different. And then that's what I came up with. So yay.
Okay. All right. You want to guess the tip chart?
Sure.
All right. Well, it's basically what you would expect. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bombers.
Okay. Let me pull up
that is what people want this week.
Oh, is this pre Scotty withdrawal or post?
No, this came out today. So it's
okay.
I mean, people have been sending in picks all week. So I would assume it collects that. But yeah, it's 7 guys.
I got you.
Let me start ripping off the names.
All right, let's go. Marco Penge.
Marco Penge, number 7 on the list.
Ooh, I thought he'd be way higher.
No.
Okay. How about Wyndham Clark?
Wyndham Clark's not on the list.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, Wyndham Clark is not putting very well lately.
No, but I think I'll pull it up. I was looking at him a little bit earlier. I think he's doing everything.
I mean, he's been great here. Yeah. But it's been usually when he's been putting well.
Right,
but
let's go a little farther. So if not,
he fits the tight. He's really good around the green and he's a bomber. Goddard is on the list. He's number 6 though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're going back to first.
Okay.
On your order here. So
interesting. All right. I'll scroll 5 right around here. Let's go Thor.
Thor is your number 1 tip golfer of the week.
You're frozen. Either I'm frozen or you're frozen. Okay.
You were frozen.
Beautiful. Because people don't watch golf on Sundays, apparently. That's a real thing. Like the pressure is a real thing on Sundays. Like, and I get people who say well, what if he shot that on a Saturday? Well, he didn't. He shoots it on Sundays when he's under pressure, because pressure and clutch numbers, people, are still a real thing. I know it's tough for you to quantify, but it's real. Sorry, I'll get off the soapbox. Let's do Nikolai.
Nikolai is number 5 on the list.
Okay, so what do I have left? I got 2, 4, 3.
You have 2, 3, 4 on the list.
Yeah, well, maybe you could say it in the proper order. 2, 4, 3.
Okay.
Let's do. Shit. Hold on. My tab changed. I lost my forward. Where'd it go? There's. I don't. Pinch drive. What about Sam Stevens?
Sam Stevens is not on the list.
Okay.
Yep. So strike 1.
No, I think strike 2. I did win.
No, strike that. Sorry, strike 2. Yes, strike 2.
Yeah. All right. Fuck it. I'll just go with I'll go with Pearson Cootie. He hits it a fucking shit ton.
Pearson Cootie's not on the list. Strike 3.
All right. Who are the 3 I missed?
Okay. All right. Number 4. Saw him pop up a little last week. He finished runner-up last year. Gary Woodland.
Oh, Gary. Okay.
Gary Woodland, as predicted, I think on Sunday that
Yep.
he's going to be found on the tip chart and probably cost a lot of people some money this week.
Yep, that's how this works.
And Ryan Baroff humorously tweeted the Robert Downey gif. What do you mean, you people? Like that was funny. Shout out to Ryan. Number 3, bomber who can't do anything else. Well, he can putt, but Aldrich Pock Eater. Number 3 on the list.
What's people's obsession with this guy? Is it because he's South African, right? Is that right? Is he South African? Is it because he's not American?
Yes, he's South African. Okay. It's just
just hits it a mile. Like, who gives a shit? I don't know. Whatever.
Well, he does have a big ceiling. When he is in the mix, like Riviera or Mexico or Rocket Mortgage, like he's Cam Champ. All right. Like he's going to miss probably 10 of 15 cuts because he's abysmal with his irons. And he's abysmal around the green. Yeah. But you get him where he hits like semi-competent ball striking, gets hot with the putter. Then like he's going to contend, especially these places with a low miss fairway penalty. And that's what this is this week. So I get it.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine. I guess.
All right.
I've never been a pot guy.
And then number 2, a man who's coming off of I wouldn't say major surgery, because in 2026, if you're just removing some kidney stones or basically just making a micro incision, just kind of blasting those, Ryan Fox, who had to withdraw from the players because he had kidney stones.
Okay.
Yeah. But man hits ball far, man good around the green, man putts.
Good around the green. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I mean, I don't know if and you're right. I mean, look, the surgery isn't anything, but I mean, when was the last time we saw him in club? Like 2.5 weeks? One of those type things.
Yeah, he was at API. Although, I mean, technically,
like shit at API. Did he miss the cut by a mile? Did he shoot like +8 or something like that?
I don't think so.
No,
he was. I think he was playing pretty well coming in.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
So, I mean, no, he finished T24 at API.
Yeah. Okay,
that's fine.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's middle of the road. It's middle of the guys who made the cut.
Who am I thinking of? That fucking. Oh, I think he shot like, I think he was way over par. I'm looking at it right now. He was definitely way over par in round 3. And I think it's because I played him in Showdown. And that's why he's thinking.
That's how you usually, It's that golfers who hurt you in Showdown tend to stick with you.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, I know he hurt me at some point during API. Let me pull this up.
Okay. All right. How do you want to do this? Do you want to just go through the odds board and let's construct your card and I'll just chime in at the numbers I got, guys? Or do you want me to pick my...
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we can do it that way.
Why don't we do that? Okay. All right. Then you know what? You drive then. All right. Look at the top of the board here. You drive. Start riffing some names of guys you like.
So, yeah. So one of the guys I bet was in the top half anyway. It's Tony Soprano. Got her up. It opened at 22 on Hard Rock, and I knew that was going to be it. So I grabbed him. I told you, I was interested in him prior to watching that Sawgrass thing, and they said I can't wait to get to Houston where I can just hit it anywhere. I was like, oh, okay, like I want to play you. Like you were looking forward to go to this course, and it really fits all the strong suits. He's good around the greens too. Yeah, I thought that was a very fair number. It looks like you can still get an 18. Would you still, I mean, 22 to 18 is not that big of a drop. The 16 is all over the place. Probably 16 is more realistic. 16 is pretty tough for Gotterup.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't bet him at the 22. So I'm not going to bet him at the 18. I have no counter argument to it though. Man hits ball far.
Yep.
Man has won it at some of the comp courses like Scottsdale and the Dunes Club for the Myrtle Beach Classic. Man putts well on Overseed and Bermuda. Man's around the green play is okay. So that's, and Man won Renaissance Club, another, like there's a lot of good connections here. I didn't get there because I tended to just look down the board a little bit more, but I have no problem.
I just hope he doesn't get the meat sweats from all the barbecue he's going to eat. Meat sweats and golf is difficult, so you don't want to get all the meat sweats.
All right, someone's going to have to come up with a mailbag question of what are Capper's favorite fat golfers?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's what we're going to have to do. All right.
I love fat golfers. All right,
we're going to go over that. Okay, so you bet Chris Goddard at 18. Okay, I didn't get there, but
I'm not.
I have no counter argument to it.
Did you bet anybody under? I mean, I guess I don't even know. Fuck it. I'll just look at what the open numbers were. Did you bet anybody under 30 to 1?
When they opened, I bet somebody at 30.5 to 1.
Okay. Kenny is 100% correct with that one right there. Last place, Shane Micropenis Lowry. His wife is super nice, though. I will say that his wife was lovely.
Well, she better be lovely. She better be lovely and patient with how much her husband fucks up all the time.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Did you all right, so who'd you bet at 30.5? I guess we can talk about these guys. Sam Burns, he's a fucking loser. No. Minwoo is not defending. Jake Knapp, back injury. I'm good. Nobody knows anything about backs.
All right. I don't mind the idea of Burns. I will say though that a lot of his good rounds was with the putter at Sawgrass. But Burns has been really good here. And he has been the type of like when he kind of shows a little something, like a win kind of follows. Like after like being dog shit for a while, then he shows a little something and then he wins, like kind of like at Valspar a couple of years ago, where he was dog shit for a while, then showed a little bit at Sawgrass and then he won. Kind of did something similar at Sawgrass this time around. His around the green game though has been really bad for the last 50 rounds and last like recently too. So typically he's been good in that area. The fact he's kind of struggling there is concerning. Also, I can't get out of my mind that he pulled putter on 18 and couldn't make it up the slope, similar to what he did at Albany, and I can't get it out of my head, and that's one of the reasons why he lost that tournament. So
he's a loser.
Right. But I get it with Burns though. He's been really good here. He showed a little something in Sawgrass. Like I'm not going to hate that.
So who's you bet? You bet who I bet last week then. So you bet Brooksy.
I did. I went back to Brooks this week.
All right. So that scares me because I bet him last week and his irons he just can't fucking putt a lick. Holy shit. Well,
the putter's been actually getting better from the stats wise, but I get it though, because the eye test he's probably failing. Like he missed that bunny. He missed that bunny on Friday. I was actually about to take off and then I was tracking and he missed that. And then I just put my plane in the airplane mode and I made the air marshal very upset with my reaction to that. But
were the ICE agents there yet?
No, the ICE agents were not there yet. No, we're not even going to touch that subject.
We're not.
Here.
I just asked if they were there. No. That's all I asked.
But I think the biggest problem with Brooks though is like he can't find fairways. Like he was just all over the place, left and right. This is a place though where as long as you don't put in the canyon or the water hazard on 16, like you can pretty much just put it wherever you want. Yeah. Again, the iron play has been great. I trust him. I trust him in difficult around the green conditions, even though the stats don't really quite back it up, because I think a lot of it's kind of live stuff and Um, but like his track record on tight lies around the green, like Augusta, here, Shinnecock, when they first played Pinehurst 2014, did well there. So I trust him in those conditions. And I just think like he's been really solid, and I think his ales have been more driving accuracy than anything, and that might fix him here. So
that's fair. And so I know you've told me this in the past that he doesn't carry a fucking yardage, bro. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it was Batia fucking found out he doesn't carry a yardage book. He's like, what do you mean? You just go up and kind of guess? And I was like, I wonder. Like, it's clearly, like, obviously, look, I mean, he's won 5 majors, right? But he's got to be shorting himself at some points over 4 rounds by not having a yardage book, and he could be like 2 or 3 yards off. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, I don't know if that's still a thing with him, but I'll take.
Oh, it is. They did it at the Players. They were talking about it at the Players. It was part of that.
I'll take your word for it then. Well, the fact that he's hitting his irons so well, then that's kind of amazing.
I know, it's crazy. It's insane. And so like it was part of that Sawgrass thing, chasing Sundays. And I was like, holy shit, I forgot he doesn't carry a fucking yardage book. It's insane. And his caddy was like, the other caddy went up to him and was like, so what do you do? Just go up to him on the box and go, driver? He goes, yeah, driver looks good. It was pretty funny. I was like, all right.
All right. So up at the top here, it was between Brooks and Kitayama this week, as far as I was going to bet. Okay. I really liked Kitayama. The recent around the green struggles has been that turned me off. So, yeah. So, but I liked him, but I ultimately ended up passing on him. But that's probably who I wish I bet at the end of the day, because I've been really close on outrights. Been usually the guy who's been last off my card, who's been winning.
Yeah.
So guess Kirk Kitayama. Congratulations, he's going to win. But I like Kitayama. I like the Kitayama profile a lot this week.
I like his profile too, but I think Brooks is the better bet. I really do.
Okay. And listen, you know what? I'm a Brooks guy. If he wins and I'm not on him, like I'm just gonna want to quit this podcast. You know. So
let's not do that.
Let's not do that. Okay.
Yeah, let's not quit the podcast. Let's not do that.
Let's keep me around. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep you talking about guys though. So who else up here?
No one fucking Ricky Fowler. Like the fact that he's 40-1 and he hasn't done a fucking thing since Detroit is insane to me. Like he gets 40 to this is why
he's at 27-1 on DraftKings.
Or whatever. Like I'm looking at what they opened at. So is he really at 27? Oh my God, he really is. Holy shit.
He is.
I wouldn't bet Ricky Fowler at 27-1 to win an 18-hole miniature putt fucking contest. Like I just wouldn't do it.
All right. Who would you rather bet? Would you rather bet Torbjornsson at 30 or Ricky at 27?
That's the cyanide pill, buddy.
We took the cyanide out of your tooth, so you have no option here.
Damn it! How'd you know I was hiding in my tooth?
Because we always know you're hiding in your tooth.
Oh fuck! I guess I'd go Thor. And hope to Christ he didn't go full simple Jack on fucking Sunday.
At least he'll get you there at the 54 holes, and maybe you can put it together on Sunday. There's still that hope.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ricky fucking stinks. The numbers that the people put on Ricky, and this is why he annoys me. First of all, he dresses like a fucking asshole. We've already talked about that.
The most important way to handicap golf, by the way, is how people dress.
Listen, man, it says something about their mental state when he's 40 years old wearing what my fucking 10-year-old nephew wears to go fucking play baseball.
Look, I don't disagree with you. We make jokes about how guys are dressed on Sunday. We're like, oh, he's not dressed like somebody who wants to win a trophy today.
Nope, can't see it.
Yeah. Or like, remember when Taylor Moore showed up at St. Jude on Sunday tied for the lead? It was 95 degrees, 100% humidity, and dressed all black.
So
guess what happened that day?
So dumb.
He was like +4 in the front 9. He was out of it then.
Yeah. Imagine that. So weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
weird.
Yeah, fucking I'm good on Ricky. Harry Hall, I don't know. I go back and forth on Harry Hall. He doesn't fit the bomber profile here, but he gets up and down from fucking everywhere. I feel like if I
Okay.
have money against him, he's always draining some fucking 80-foot putt, chipping in. Like he's what is he having course history here? I don't think so.
It's decent. His course
Is it?
history. Yeah. This is actually something I didn't bet, but I like him this week because if I think around the green is going to matter a lot more this week than this week than last year. I mean, he's been great there. And this is a golf course that sometimes can reward scumbags, and Harry Hall is the biggest scumbag out there.
He is a
huge scumbag. Yeah. Anytime you he is the bane of when we target one of those like bogey or worse hole props.
Oh yeah.
And Harry Hall always has 12 to 13 feet for par, and he always buries it. He's a scumbag. But that can play here.
I can. Let's see. Well, how long is he? Because I don't think he's like super short, right?
He's about PGA Tour average, which in 2026 is relatively long.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I mean, it's not like, this isn't like cripplingly short.
No, he's not Andrew Putnam.
Oh God.
So
who's the other? These things. I hate Putnam.
Okay. All right. So Harry Hall is a possibility for you.
Did you bet anybody like between 50 and 75 when they opened?
Well, yeah. I mean, I mean, this is before Oz got reset, but I bet one guy when he was at 40. I dipped my toes into Kalshi, by the way.
Oh, why?
So, why? Because you can get better numbers. You can get better numbers there sometimes. So there was a 46 on Nikolai Højgaard, actually. So that was better than anything you get at that point. So I did my toes into Nikolai this week. I mean, bomber, iron play has been good from between 150 and 200, 200 plus. The around the green play has been good relatively recently. Good Bermuda and overseas putter. Like,
fine.
Yeah. Like,
I get it. I bet him. I bet him enough. You just know you're gonna get so angry at some point.
He is, but you know what? He won a lot on the DP World Tour. He's did well on a lot of the comp courses I was looking at for this week. Like, it fits. And I'm sorry, there was a 40 on Michael Torbjornsson. I'm going to continue to lose money on him because you know what? I'll take a 40 to 1 to get me to Sunday and just see what happens.
I mean, sure. I mean, if you're using that logic, I can't argue with it. But
yeah,
he is a loser. Like, he's a loser. Like, he's
and I bet losers. I bet losers.
I know we all bet losers. We bet golf, but I mean, he is like DNA, like LA Clippers, Toronto Maple Leafs, Buffalo Bill type loser. Like, it's in there. Like, I can feel it when I watch him. Like, I feel it. I'm telling you. I know losers when I see a loser. This guy, lifetime loser. You know what you remind me of when you talk about Torbjornsson? You're like when Mark Wahlberg is grilling Leo in Mark Wahlberg in The Departed about how he's a lacy curtain motherfucker and why are you in the States? Irish. Yeah. You're basically, you're tearing Torbjornsson apart because I think you think he's a fake Bostonian. And you don't. He is. He's not a Bostonian. There you go. Listen, there it is. Right there. It is. He's not. He's from fucking Wellesley. And listen, I'm not technically a Bostonian. I'm Brocktonian. I'm from Brockton. And listen, nobody from Wellesley ever steps foot in Brockton. I promise you that. It's a quick drive-through. Yeah. Just I'm telling you, man, that fucking loser DNA. I can see it. I can see it, and it's not just because he's from the softest town in Massachusetts. All right. Now I will say. Because I had the same rationale at PGA National that, well, he came off a really heartbreaking loss at Scottsdale, did bad at Pebble. We'll give him a pass. Now he's coming to a golf course I think he'd be good at, and he was terrible at PGA National. Mm-hmm. Then he did really, he had a heartbreaking loss not heartbreaking. He just imploded at Sawgrass. Mm-hmm. Now coming back to his next start. I don't feel awesome about it, but I just will continue to lose money on a perceived talent that I think he has. He's long. He's pretty good from over 200 yards. The round and green stats actually look relatively good on him. Did well at Scottsdale. There's a little bit of a crossover over there. Yeah.
I thought
agree to disagree, sir.
Well, I think I was actually surprised. I thought he was going to be in the 20s to open up.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Everybody loves him.
Exactly. And when I saw 40, I was like, okay, that's actually
it's not a bad number for the field.
Yeah, for the field, I thought that was actually a good number. So if
Harris English numbers is insulting.
Well, let's put a bow on it. Where Tor Bjornsson is right now, like there's a 22-1 on Bet Online. I wouldn't bet him at that number. No, I wouldn't.
Is Ben Griffin broken? Is he just back to being shitty Ben Griffin? Like, is he going to be slinging mortgages when the rates drop again in like 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he got popped. Maybe he got secretly popped for on a drug test for steroids, and he's now off it now, and maybe he's losing it a little bit. So he's been terrible off the tee.
So bad.
Now that it's mostly, I think, because of accuracy, and that can play well here. The iron play though has been really bad. Like, yeah, I guess you can make it. I guess you can make an argument if this is just turned into kind of like an up and down game. I could work for him, but like for maybe for DFS contrarian, like I expect his ownership probably be pretty low, but I'm not betting for an outright.
Yep. All right. Oh, so I mentioned Harris English. His number's still, you can still find a 50 on him.
You can. It's pretty respectable. His iron plays hasn't been very good recently, but
I know. But it's the same thing when like we used to bet like Clack and like guys like that who just have a better pedigree than the guys around him. Like,
although I take that back. It's mostly just the players is just why his iron numbers look really bad recently. Other than that, they've been relatively fine.
I don't hate Harris English either. He's not long though. He is on the shorter side of short.
No, he gains on the field with distance.
Does he?
He does. Yeah, he's above average. He is a bit like all right, so like relative to everybody else. Like he's as long as Tony Finau now. Now Finau's lost a lot of ball speed, but he's as long as Finau. He's about as long as Tagala.
Okay. All right.
He's about as long as like a Sam Stevens.
Is he as long as Stevens?
Yeah, like he's not Nikolai. Like,
yeah. Interesting.
Stevens is slightly longer than him, like only by like a couple yards, but they're in the same ballpark. Like Steven Yeager is only a couple yards longer than him. Yeah, Harris is sneaky long.
Okay. Yeah. I think that number's all right. He's good around the green.
Okay.
You get hot with the putter.
Okay.
If it's gonna play tougher, I like that.
Yeah. He's been good here.
Yeah, maybe a little Harriet. Fucking. Wonder what Hard Rock has about.
Okay.
28.
I don't mind that. I went with somebody else around there that he doesn't win. I like people who don't win. But I build a mind palace of ways they can win. Let's take you back though. Let's take you back to 2024 when you and I took a little trip.
Scott, yeah.
On Saturday, we saw a handsome Australian just clipping shots off of tight lies, 50 yards to crazy undulated practice greens, and we were just in awe of that man.
It was insane. I remember turning to you and saying, I don't understand how this guy doesn't win tournaments.
Yeah.
It was, and keep in mind, we went and watched 2 days of the Masters. I still think that practice session was the most impressive thing I fucking saw. That was
it was extremely impressive.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how he fucking loses tournaments. Then I see him putt, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's fucking Adam Scott, which he's gotten a lot better at.
Yeah, which is crazy because his putting numbers actually look relatively good recently.
Yeah, he's gotten better at it.
Yeah. So he hits it like a telltale sign of a guy who's just losing it as aging is like he just loses all his ball speed. He is hitting it a mile now.
Yeah.
And his iron numbers look great. Yeah, his iron numbers look great. I trust him to handle these tight conditions around the green here. So there was a 53 on Scott. And given how well he's been playing, and I still think there is, if this is how he's playing, he's putting up these numbers, I think there is a win in him still. You know, he's had a lot of close calls the last couple of years. So I bet Adam Scott, a proper golfer, somebody who can be an adult around these greens, at 53-1.
I like a top 10 for Adam Scott.
Okay. All right.
I would
totally
love for
fine.
Adam Scott to win a fucking major this year. That would make me happy.
That would be fun. Which one, though? That's the problem.
Fuck, dude. I'd like to. It would be cool. If, let's say he comes into form here and he top threes here, and then he goes into Augusta and fucking takes it down.
That'd be good. Giving another
like
green
that.
jacket on Adam Scott.
I'd like that.
I mean, he deserves more than one major on his career for sure. Him and Justin Rose. If it's a Rose versus Adam Scott playoff in the Masters, that would be sick.
That'd be
really good.
Cool.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be good for us old timers. Been doing this for a decade plus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, no Lowry. Did you bet Pens when the number was good? Because he played really well. Everybody's wanting to bet him. The number was probably too low.
I didn't because, look, I mean, like he was really good at the Renaissance Club last year, and I remember betting a round score over on him, and I was like, how is this guy getting up and down from everywhere? I look at his data golf profile; he fucking sucks around the green, and then sure enough, he booted all over the place at the last hole to cash it for it. But like, again, if I think this like around the green is going to matter a lot more than last year, like I can't justify looking at his numbers and be like, okay, I'm going to bet him.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So, but I get it. I understand the argument for him, but I just happen to think that particular skill set is going to matter more this week.
Okay.
So, all right, who else?
Look at that comment. That tells you everything you need to know about data golf. Everything you need to know. Thank you, Shane.
It's not a problem with data golf. It's just a problem with how you use it. If
a website is telling me that Ricky Fowler is the best golfer in any field other than my 3-man scramble on a Saturday, then there's something wrong with it.
Well, I don't use their predictions now, do I?
I'm not yelling at you.
I only use their database to make my own numbers, to pick my own losers.
I know. I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at data golf. All right. Keith Mitchell, fuck no, never.
Okay.
Gerard is interesting.
I don't mind Gerard this week.
I don't mind him either. He's got a decent course history here, but he seems like he's kind of regressed since the fall too.
I mean, he regressed since what, 3 straight second place finishes? Like, yeah, that's regression.
Sure. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind him. His around the green stuff is not very good, though.
I don't think I could stomach a 35. Ryan Gerard.
That's true. I don't hate Gerard this week though. That was one of the guys I highlighted.
Okay. Oh, the other guy I bet was in this region. This odd board's all fucked up now. How we're looking at it. So I bet Sam Stevens. I think he was 50 when I bet him.
Okay. I don't hate that bet.
Hard Rock's the devil. This is another one this is a guy who I bet, and even when I bet it, I go, why am I betting this? Like, why am I putting money on Sam Stevens? I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win. Like, I just don't. Like, I'm like, I'll put it on here because he's the type of golfer that should win, but he's not gonna win. But here's $25 to $50 to light on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So stupid.
Yeah. Because I mean, we've bet Sam Stevens a lot of tournaments. I think famously he was like most tipped in Mexico a couple years ago.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah,
I think we both bet Sam Stevens, and we're like, and I think we said afterwards, like, have you ever seen a shot of Sam Stevens before this week? And
nope.
No, we hadn't.
Nope.
But no, I had
like,
him, again.
I had him at Pebble 2 years ago, and he parred every fucking hole.
You had at Pebble?
Every hole. Maybe it wasn't Pebble. Maybe it was Riviera. I think it was Riviera. He fucking parred.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, it was Riviera. He parred every fucking hole. Parred every hole. Fucking loser.
Hey, just practicing for the U.S. Open at Riviera in like 5 years.
So annoying.
That'll play well there.
I need birdies in DFS, not fucking bars.
All right. I get it with Stevens. Anytime you go to a golf course, it's pretty driver heavy. He's a really good elite driver. I think his strength's more like combination of length and accuracy, and that doesn't quite as matter here. But
yeah.
It's a comfy track for him, even though I think the stats don't really reflect it, though. I don't think his course history is all that good. Yeah. But he makes sense. I mean, again, like you mentioned, Wyndham Clark, I think that makes sense. The fact that other than he's just been a horrible putter recently.
His number's still kind of fair.
Yeah, it's still kind of fair. The iron play has been really good with him. He's got plus distance, really good around the green. So I don't mind that. If you just think, all right, maybe he found something with a putter, maybe there's gonna be a putter switch we don't know about till Friday. Same thing. Some of that. Same thing with Tagala. Although, look, he played TGL at 2 straight nights. Whatever. I think he can just show up to his golf course and be fine. But that's one that I bet last week, and he was fucking atrocious.
Tagala. Yeah.
He was terrible last week. I did not go back.
He luck boxed that fucking eagle. Ugh.
I know. I did not go back to him this week, and I'm worried maybe I should have, because the numbers still fit what I'm looking for this week.
Yeah.
Like iron play overall has been pretty good for this year, pretty good from long range, good around the green. Like that one, I'm worried that maybe I should have went back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
I don't hate that. Listen, at least he's a fun golfer. Like,
okay.
Some of these guys are just miserable to watch.
Yeah. If this is going to be kind of an up and down game, like Jason Day's been really good here, good at the comp course. The iron play has been atrocious. But again, this is like, he's like worse Harry Hall at this point. Like, doesn't hit all that. He doesn't hit all that far. Yeah, he doesn't hit all that far, but he's great around the green. And like, I mean, his putting numbers have been pretty bad recently. That's a difference.
Yeah.
But maybe I should say he's been a rich man, Mackenzie Hughes. How about that?
There you go. Dude, by the way, when we were going through those fucking slides, Mackenzie Hughes, fucking 2 top 10.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah. He's another guy. Yeah, especially that firm 2021 year that Carlos Ortiz won. So if it's like that this week, okay,
not bad news.
I was tempted to dabble with Alex Smalley, but I have dignity and I did, so I decided not to.
Don't do that. If you do, keep it to yourself and don't tell me about it.
Yourself. Okay, but the case for Smalley, if you want to lose some money and just want to slam your dick in a drawer this week,
we have the cuck chair meme is because of Alex Smalley in the Discord. The whole reason that chair exists is because of Smalley.
All right. Well, he's got plus distance, good here. Iron play's been trending up. He's good around the green. So
I don't care.
But I've been burned too many times by that. Everybody has. Judas, who was born in Rochester and then hightailed it out of here when he was 3. So okay. You know who's playing good recently? Like maybe this will be he'll get his second win on the Wikipedia page, and they're both at Houston. How about Steven Yeager showed a little bit last week?
Yeah, that's fine. I always end up going back to him at least 3 or 4 times a year. I don't hate it.
Okay. I mean, his around the green game has been very good.
Much better. Yeah, much better. And his problem is it's just off the fucking box, man. When he misses, he fucking misses.
Yeah, but that's okay. That'll play this
week.
That's
what I'm saying. That's okay here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I don't hate it. What numbers you get on him?
I mean, no, I didn't bet him. I just a guy I highlighted. But no, that's somebody who I think with this odd shift, like I can't get the guys that I got at those numbers. Like I probably would consider Yeager at like 60, 65 at this point.
Yeah, I would. I'm seeing a 55. Dirt McGuire.
Okay.
I've been. Nobody knows. My neighbors are like, why is some of my neighbors screaming, "You stupid fucking Nazi" on a Sunday?
Yeah, never mind that. I think you're as German as he is because when like didn't he? It was either no. He basically was raised in like Georgia, right?
No, that's Straka. Oh, maybe it's Yeager too.
Now, Yeager is the same deal where he's more American than German.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he just has the nationality tied to it.
Yeah.
So,
who's that loser with a stupid hat played on the Olympics in the Ryder Cup team? Maybe not the Ryder Cup team, President's Cup. The loser who like played for Slovenia, Romania. Man, he dressed like an asshole.
Sabatini?
Yes, Sabatini, Rory Sabatini. What an asshole.
Yeah, he was South African, and then he changed to Slovakia.
Yeah,
and he won the silver medal.
That's right. What an asshole. They should not give him that. That's like that fucking snowboarder who China bought, and she grew up in fucking like California or Nevada, and she's fucking riding for China in the Olympics. Fucking hard pass.
No. We need to pull the tape. You were all in on Sabatini winning the silver medal at 3 a.m. for the Olympics. You loved it. Like his wife came out there, was all excited. She was the only one rooting for him. You loved that. No, roll the tape. You actually were team Sabatini.
Good luck finding it. That feed is dead, sir. You can't.
It's not dead. It is not dead. And he still do a show over there. That's very good. Okay.
No. Is our shit still up over there?
Yes, they continue. It's just the same feed. You can find us still.
All right. Well,
we still exist on another network, technically.
That's pretty funny.
Okay. All right. Well, a guy I did bet who is no longer in this at this price, and he's coming off that surgery, but just the Ryan Fox 80 at the beginning of the week. I just thought, considering how well he's been playing, I am hesitant with the fact he's coming off his. Yeah, he still get a 60, but the fact that that he was coming off surgery, I'm a little hesitant with that. But I took a chance at 80. If you want to take a chance at 60 and think he's going to continue rolling on, fine. Like
he beat that loser Sam Burns in that fucking playoff.
He did. Although Burns? I think Sam Burns beat himself.
Oh, that's typically what happens because Sam Burns loser.
Hey, we've catched a couple outrights on Sam Burns.
I know, but now he's a loser. What have you done for me lately, Steve? That's how my brain works, and you know this.
That's true.
What about the guy right next to him who I said, is this person a real person? Because all I hear about is Christopher Wrighton. Is that right? Wrighton? Is that how you say it?
I don't understand why Wrighton continues to be showcased in round scores.
That's just keep taking advantage of it.
I don't know why. Yes. Every single week. I'm like, why is this dude here? I don't remember.
Because there's a bunch of golf nerds who want he's another next coming. Oh man. What do they call it? What do the kids say? A merchant? He's a ball speed merchant.
I mean, he is technically. Doesn't really do much else, anything good. He's a good putter, but yeah, the combination of bad from long range, bad around the green. I don't really want that this week.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's an example of a bomber that I think you need to do some more things, and he doesn't do more things.
What about Kyle's favorite guy, RNP?
Oh, Neergaard Peterson?
Yeah.
No, I'm kind of off him. He actually does. He's also a little bit of ball speed too.
Interesting.
A little bit. He drives it good, but his distance numbers aren't very good. Good iron play, but again, like terrible around the green. Like I'm just not into that this week.
That's fine.
I really do think if that's going to separate yourself in tournament more than last year, like if you have bad around the green stats, why do I think you're going to turn it around here?
That's fair.
So I pass on that. Thought about Sudarshan Yellamaraju again. So I was gonna bet him last week. Did not bet him. Really bad around the green play, and I stuck with that this week. But
is he young?
I think so. He hits the ball pretty far.
Yeah.
So that's why people like him. The iron play's been good, and people liked him last week at Valspar. So why not go back at I think you get him at 100 to 1 beginning of the week. Now he's down to 60.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. I did bet one guy though, who struggles with accuracy, but he hits in a mile. He was playing good up until about 10 a.m. Thursday of the Players.
Brennan?
No, not Brennan.
Yeah.
I bet Max Grazerman at 100.
All right.
Yeah, good course fit for him.
Yeah.
He has shown very high ceilings, like when he's playing relatively well, and then he kind of pops.
Yeah.
Like Rocket or Wyndham or Bay Current or...
He should have won Wyndham.
Should have won Rocket.
Rocket is what I'm thinking of. He should have won Rocket.
He should have won both tournaments.
Yeah.
So,
which is the one where he quadded and then went 3 birdies in a row.
He went eagle quad at Wyndham.
That's what I'm thinking of. He should have won Wyndham.
Yeah. And he should have won Rocket. Congratulations, community win, Pod Geeter, for that. I was left. That was 4 or 5 runner-ups last summer.
And then it was Rye. And then it was fucking Rye got us the next week too. I fuck community win Rye.
No, that was a Wyndham. Yeah, that was
I'm saying he got us twice, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was most tipped Aaron Rye at Wyndham. Congratulations, everybody.
I won't do that. I'm not gonna follow that.
Is that my voice? Looking at
No, it's my fucking stupid voice. We're like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, he's number one. He can't win. Yeah, well, he won. Anyways, Graceman was playing pretty good up until the back 9 of players, and then completely imploded because that just ejected all the clowns. This is a course that can keep the clowns around, at least off the tee if you're spraying it. The iron play was going pretty good up until that point, and he's pretty good around the green. He's good at this type of golf course. So I thought 101 for Grazeman, chasing that win. I like that price.
I like it.
Okay. I like it. Actually, I think you can still get him. What's the best you can get on Grazeman?
I was just looking at it. It's still pretty cool.
Because I know on like FanDuel, you know what? There's still on Bookmaker. There's still 100 out there.
And there's a 80 on Caesars and
okay. All right, so there's some good numbers then.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's go like past like 7,500 to 1.
Okay.
Who are some guys you like?
I don't know, man. This odds board's all fucked up. I don't know what really counts as 75 or longer. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, no one. I don't like anyone. Brennan played so bad. I know people in Discord like the John Parry guy. I don't know enough about him to give a shit.
I don't think they do anymore. I've seen a lot of disparaging things about John the last couple weeks.
I saw Kenny was on him, and Kenny's sharp. So if Kenny likes him,
I think he was. I think he was, and I think actually he was one of the guys that was like, this fucking guy.
Okay, maybe. All right. I thought I said something.
All right.
I don't bet Rico. Not hosting. Hao Tong's funny, but doesn't make him a good golfer.
Can I throw out a name to you?
Yeah, sure.
He's playing good recently. What about Patrick Rogers?
No.
Fucking
loser. I went to him last week. And I don't know why. Fucking guy. Who's the best college golfer, amateur golfer ever? Still hasn't won. He's had like 698 stats and hasn't fucking won. No, thank you. Fucking placement only. He does everything that you think he should do.
Plus distance, iron bit placement pretty good. He's pretty good around the green.
I get it, but it's the same thing that I think about with look, Aaron Judge, great regular season player. Fucking loser when it counts, right? Stinks in the postseason, stinks in the World Baseball Classic. There's just something about it. A-Rod was the same fucking way until they dragged his corpse to a World Series trophy. There are some guys that are just fucking losers. And he is a fucking loser. He's a great golfer. Top 10, top 20, sure. Never going to touch a trophy. Ever.
All right. I think our producer wants to hop in. Josh, how you doing, buddy?
Up, buddy?
Lurking?
Yeah, just lurking. Like Steve, I really just miss you. So I wanted to hop on.
I appreciate that.
Just say hi.
You don't miss me?
Of course I miss you, Capper, because I didn't come to the players this year, but
I didn't even go this year.
Oh, that's right.
You didn't. Do you have a comment? Who do you like this week? You've been on a hot streak. You've been hitting all the most tipped guys on the chart. So who are you hitting this week?
Who do I have this week? I have Thor.
Okay, you're enjoying me losing money.
Thor Gerard.
Okay, I like that pick.
I got the Penge number early. He's dead. He's gonna be most tipped. So.
No, he's only 7th, actually.
Most tipped is fucking who do we say? Who's the most tipped?
It's Thor.
Thor. Thor's most tipped. He's fucking dead.
Yeah.
He's
dead. Also dead because he's ballless.
Yeah, I bet Gerard and Clark this morning before starting.
I like Clark. So we were kicking around Clark.
Yeah.
And then I have Woodland.
Okay.
And Celinda.
Celinda.
So there's a whole last
I know the backstory, yeah.
Yeah, so
tell the backstory. Yeah.
What's the backstory?
So last year I wrote on Twitter my favorite sleepers, and I got called out for saying
I remember that.
Celinda aren't sleepers, and I'm like, they're 150 to 1. And then I think Woodland came in second. So I think Celinda he definitely made the cut. So I'm obligated to just bet Woodland and Celinda forever at the Houston Open.
Okay.
So yeah, that is my card. A little bit chalky, but I think I also
Listen,
bet.
man, it's been Chalk's been fucking working this year so far.
Yeah, I think I bet Schmidt too.
Schmid, like Matty Schmid,
Yes,
the German,
yes,
with the untucked shirt, who fucking stinks.
yeah, he stinks,
That guy.
but
Yeah, he
T9 at
fucked me.
COG, T5 at Puerto Rico, not calm courses, but who knows? It's Houston Open.
So, Steve, you know what I've noticed? You remember, like, my list of hating golfers has grown a lot since I joined this company. And you know why? It's because I'm back playing DFS for the last fucking 2 years. So I'm playing a lot more people. And so the rage is not just to like 2 or 3 guys a week. You know what I mean? It's a lot. Yeah, this is why my list of losers is growing. It's because of fucking DFS.
Yeah. Well, it's more jarring when they break your heart in DFS because you see how high you get in the leaderboard and then you just crash down. And you see all the money you lost. Yeah. So that's why it hurts more when that happens. I like it.
I was talking to Pete and I was showing him, I don't know, I was winning something. I was winning like fucking like, I don't know, 15 grand going into Sunday. And I still ended up making like 3-4 grand or something like that. And I was fucking upset about it. And Pete's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, well, I had this for so long that I was planning on this. And he's like, your brain is broken. I'm like, I get it.
All right. How about a couple of like sleeper names that maybe are like the non-bombers that people aren't going to go for this week? I do like Mac Hughes this week. He's at least positive with his irons the last 16 rounds and good scrambler. And if this is going to be maybe a tougher, like scoring conditions, maybe a little firmer.
Yeah,
don't mind that out of him. Fine.
What was that tournament that we had him on? I don't know if we both had him. It was on the fall swing last fall, or maybe 2 falls ago. We had like a fucking 3-stroke lead going into Sunday and fucking choked it away. And I said, I'm never betting Mac Hughes again.
It's RSM?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I thought we said that after Valspar when he put it in the water, and then we lost to Peter Malnati.
Yeah.
That was a rough one too. So
fucking
who else is here? I mean, Doug Gim snuck into this field. That's somebody who's good with the long irons and good around the green.
Well, Billy Ho at 200.
Yeah, you could do Billy Ho. Could do that. Zaichang Dao. He's got some pop off the tee. Iron numbers. I mean, recently they're bad, but he was hitting him pretty good at the beginning of the year. He's good around the green. You could do that. Stephen Fisk. Dirt. Stephen Fisk actually has pop, but that's somebody who's like driver around the green play.
That was your guy. That was your guy last year that you were betting a lot randomly.
I was not betting Stephen Fisk at all. That was BK. That's BK's boy.
BK
hit him with Sanderson
in the fall.
He did. Zach
Bauer, one guy that you were betting.
There's a lot of one guys I bet. Yeah, I can't let go. Zach Bashao, iron play looks pretty good. He's good around the green. This week. And then the name I referenced on Sunday that I thought was going to pique your interest, Boston Capper. He is abysmal around the green.
Okay.
Terrible. But he showed a little bit last week.
Okay.
He had a top 10 finish at Pinehurst. Some tight lies. You got to be able to do pretty well around there. He's won at Torrey Pines and beat a bunch of bombers that week.
Okay.
And you went to Augusta National with me, and you're like, oh, Pavon Bomber. You know, he's not.
I proved you right. He outdrove the motherfucker he was with.
He did. He outdrove, I think, Nikolai on that hole.
Yeah. I was like, guess who's right, motherfucker? Me.
How about Pavone? 225-1. Pavone.
Yeah, fuck it, man. 225-1. Why not?
Yeah, I think T13 last week, T18 to Cognizant. He has shown the ability to rise above at some bomber tracks when he does not have high expectations. So
I kind of like that.
Yeah. I think I like that play this week. I mean, I don't think he's actually going to win, but like no one's probably going to, well, I don't think anyone but a couple guys in ISN will be on him for DFS because he doesn't have pop. He's bad around the green, but he has shown to do well at some of these courses where
that's true.
You need that.
What happened to Johnny Kiefer? Nobody's betting this fucking kid anymore. Is he just dead now too?
Maybe.
Okay. He's
What's
down.
he doing lately? I know I cashed an over on him at Sawgrass.
Yeah, he's been stinking. Is what he's been doing.
Yeah, his iron play has been trashed the last couple of tournaments. He's terrible around the green. Yeah, basically all he can do is just hit it far. Yeah, that's not great.
So he's like Temu Thor.
That's not true.
He's due, Thor. He's due.
He's not fucking due. He's a loser. He's not due. Once again, Clippers, Montreal Canadiens. No, sorry. The Montreal Canadiens won before when they used to be able to draft everybody from Canada and nobody else could. So the Maple Leafs, the Buffalo Bills, the Falcons, like just loser fucking DNA. Like just it's in his blood. He's done. I'm telling you. He's done.
He will win this year.
He will not win this year. What do you want to bet?
Like the John Deere or like the Rocket.
I'll bet you.
There we go.
I'll bet you. What do you want to bet? A what? Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. We can do a charity bet. We'll do $100 to a favorite charity.
Deal.
So I'll do. So since you're taking somebody to win a tournament, I'll do 200 euros. I'll do 200 euros, 100 euros. If you win, I'll do 200. If I win, you can do 100. At least
I'm writing it down, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Write it down. So when it's like John Deere, those like tournaments, when he's like 20 to like 1 and not gonna win,
he's still gonna remember it's a Sunday and then forget how to play golf.
Okay, it is written down on the sheet. So,
all
right, I think it is written. So is written. So shall be done.
That's right.
All right, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So Sunday we got Valero.
Yes, we get to tell about the infamous Saturday of last year. I can't wait to go over that again.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
So yeah, so we'll be back on Sunday night, and then we'll be back for our regular Tuesday time slot to go over that, and then 2 weeks for the Masters. So my guess is we're going to be talking a lot about the Masters next week as well.
Probably.
I just want to play the game. I was literally thinking about that driving today. I was thinking about driving today. I was like, oh, I can't wait to play the game in 2 weeks. It's my favorite parts. I love playing the game.
You just like seeing that little jigsaw doll rolling in on the bike.
It's true. I do. I like that too.
We start chopping off heads.
That's it, baby. Stop murdering people. Okay. But
no,
all right. Well, listen.
Forward to it. The Masters can't come soon enough.
They cannot come soon enough. We'll be back next week for the Valero. Until then, let's break them fucking books later.